Hey everybody, I'm back. We're doing another no-cook meal prep today, and today we're going to be focusing on using some fresh pastas without having to boil these up ahead of time. So I had a subscriber ask me if I'd ever worked with either fresh or frozen like tortellini or ravioli before doing any of these meal preps, and I hadn't. So I did a little experimenting, and I think I have a great way to cook up your fresh pasta and get it ready for the freezer without having to boil a bunch of water on the stove. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make these. All right, so for this first one here, we're going to use some cheese ravioli in kind of a marinara sauce with some frozen spinach. So this is going to be really great. Like I said, we're not going to do the traditional like boiling method for our tortellinis and raviolis here. We're going to do something a little bit different. So these raviolis here, these are all frozen, but we're going to go ahead and put all of these into a microwave safe bowl here that has some water down in the bottom of it. So you can kind of see like that. And we are going to put this in the microwave on high for about 7 minutes to cook this. And we're having to do that because all fresh pasta has obviously raw flour in it, and you can't ingest any raw flour and that'll make you sick. So we're going to avoid that. So we are going to kind of cook this a little bit just in the microwave by covering this up with some plastic wrap like this. We're basically just going to kind of steam this. So we'll give this a few holes for ventilation here. And this will go in the microwave on high for 7 minutes. Then our pasta should be ready. Okay, our raviolis are out of the microwave. I'll show you what these look like here. So these are nice and al dente, nice and squishy. So let me get these drained real quick here. Okay, and that is a lot easier to do than boiling a big pot of water and then boiling them up. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these into my serving bowls here. There are 5 servings of ravioli. Okay, so for our sauce here, I have a bag of frozen spinach that I thawed out and then I drained all the water off of it. So that's in here. To that, we're going to add a jar of Classico tomato sauce. This is my preference. And I like putting the spinach in here because it's obviously spinach is really good for you and you can't really taste it at all when it's mixed in with this sauce. So that's kind of why I use it. So let me get this mixed up real quick and then I'll go ahead and pour this over my ravioli. Okay, so here's what our sauce is looking like. This is going to be really good. So I'm just going to take my ½ cup scoop here, just kind of pour this right over our ravioli. Okay, a little bit more on there. And I'm going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top of here too, just because I happen to have it on hand. If you don't have it, that's not a big deal, but I thought it would be nice on top of this here. So maybe just a couple tablespoons of Parmesan cheese there. Okay, I'm going to get the lids on these and get these ready for the freezer. Okay, so for this one, we're going to make kind of like a sausage Alfredo pasta here. So again, I'm using some 5 cheese tortellini. We're going to use a little Alfredo sauce. I have some green peas and then some pre-cooked turkey sausage that we'll put in this here. So go ahead and do our pasta again, same way we did with our raviolis. So I'll put those in some water, cover it with our plastic wrap here. And again, we'll cook these on high for about 7 minutes. Okay, so while our pasta is cooking up over in the microwave, I'll get the rest of our stuff ready here. So I'm just going to take this turkey sausage and kind of quarter this and then cut this into slices about that big. And I can just go ahead and put these in my little serving dishes here. Oops. Okay, just like that. We're also going to use some fresh frozen green peas here. I think I'll add maybe a third of a cup. I think that's probably good. Okay, so they look kind of like that. So now we're just waiting on our pasta. Okay, our tortellinis are out of the microwave now. These look good. They're nice and al dente. Taste tested one, and that's perfect. So again, I'll strain these off real quick. Okay, and so this is going to be plenty for 4 servings. So this would be for a real hungry group here. Okay, so I'm going to add an Alfredo sauce to this here, and I'm going to add a little bit of black pepper to it too, because I think that'll be just kind of a nice little kick to the dish. But if you're not a big fan of black pepper, you certainly don't have to add it. Okay, I think that looks good like that. Like I said, I'm just using this Classico Creamy Alfredo here. I'm going to use maybe a 1/4 cup because I am going to use some of this sauce for the next dish that I'm doing here. So it looks pretty good like that. And then just a little black pepper. We'll get the lids on these and get these ready for the freezer too. All right, on to the next one. So the next one is going to be kind of a spinach tortellini with kind of a creamy pesto sauce and some broccoli. So we're going to use this Buitoni mixed cheese. So it's a tortellini with spinach, ricotta, and Parmesan. So again, we'll just go ahead and cook these up in the microwave like we did our other pastas, covered on high for 7 minutes. So I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, so while our pasta is cooking over in the microwave, we'll go ahead and just get our broccoli ready. So I'm just using some frozen broccoli florets. If you watched any of my other videos, you know I love using the generic brand. So I'm just going to put a few of these kind of over onto the side here. Broccoli and pesto go really nicely together, so that's kind of why I wanted to use broccoli. I think I can fit the whole bag, yeah, down in here. Yeah, that looks good. All right, so now I'll go on to making my sauce. Okay, now for my sauce, I'm going to use the other half of our creamy Alfredo, and I'm going to use a jar of this Rana fresh basil pesto. So I really like pesto. I do suggest buying it in the refrigerated section as opposed to the section where you can buy like your pasta sauces and stuff like that. The fresh pesto just tastes a whole lot better than the stuff that comes in a jar. So that's kind of why I suggest that. So just put these sauces together just like that. Give it a good shake. And that's our creamy pesto sauce. So we'll wait for our pasta to come out, and then we'll go ahead and get our little dishes built here. Okay, our spinach tortellinis are done out of the microwave. These are good, nice and al dente. Those taste good. So let me get these drained real quick. Okay, I'll get these loaded up. You'll notice too that all of the pastas that I bought were cheese filled. I know there are a couple companies that make ones with like cheese and chicken in them, and that's kind of what I wanted to get, but unfortunately my store didn't have any. this week. So if you wanted to use some of these tortellinis that do have chicken in them, that's totally fine too. But sometimes it's also kind of nice to just have a vegetarian option. Okay, that looks, whoops, pretty good. Okay, we'll just go ahead and add some of our creamy pesto sauce on here. And if you wanted to mix in your broccoli too with, you know, your pasta and sauce here, you could totally do that. Like I said, pesto and broccoli go great together. So if you wanted to mix the two, that'd be totally fine. So I'll get the lids on these and we should be pretty much done. Okay, all of our meals are prepped and ready for the freezer. These are going to be good. So we had our cheese ravioli with marinara and spinach with a little bit of Parmesan. These are our creamy pesto tortellini with broccoli. And then we had some sausage and peas with some tortellini and Alfredo sauce. So these are going to be great. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I worked with fresh and frozen pasta. Instead of boiling these in some water on the stove, I just used a microwave method that worked just as good. So like I said, go ahead and put these in the freezer. When you're ready to go ahead and eat one of these, I would just microwave these on high for about 3 minutes and then give it a stir and see if it needs a little bit longer. That's usually about all they need. But other than that, very easy to put together. These are great work lunches. We eat these all the time for just a quick, easy lunch, or on nights when I just don't feel like making dinner. So easy, healthy, and these are going to taste great. So enjoy, and we'll see you guys next time.